In 2004, Ukrainian presidential candidate Viktor Yushchenko mysteriously fell ill. His face became disfigured with lesions, and he had severe abdominal and back pain. It was discovered that something was deliberately placed into his food. That something was dioxin, a toxic substance. What is a toxic substance? Toxic substances are chemicals that can be naturally occurring, such as asbestos, lead, and mercury. Or they can be man-made, such as dioxins and polychlorinated biphenyls, which are also known as PCBs. They can enter the human body by skin contact, inhalation, or ingestion. Toxic substances can be found in many parts of our homes, such as in the appliances and in the plumbing. They can also be found in other everyday objects, such as paint. Toxic substances can even be found in our food and water. For example, mercury has accumulated in fish through a process called biomagnification. Biomagnification is when smaller organisms with low amounts of toxins are eaten by larger organisms. This results in these larger organisms having a higher concentrated amount of toxin, which can cause health problems. Toxic substances do not just affect the site of exposure. They are capable of harming other body systems or processes. For example, a person who has ingested lead will have their brain, kidneys, and other organs affected. Despite evidence proving the harm of toxic substances, many of them are still legal. For example, the United States and many other countries have not banned asbestos, even though it causes asbestosis and lung cancer. This makes toxic substances a global public health issue. According to the World Health Organization, about 125 million people in the world are exposed to asbestos at their workplace. Additionally, dioxins are found in the environment throughout the world. More than 90% of human exposure to dioxins is through food, and they are mainly in fish, meat, and dairy products. Every year, about 10 million tons of toxic chemicals are released into our environment by industrial facilities around the world. What can you do to reduce your exposure to toxic substances? You can start by being aware of the chemicals in your everyday objects. You should also be mindful of any contamination or pollution sites around your home or workplace. Additionally, you should avoid foods that have high amounts of toxic substances, and it would be a good idea to stay updated on your local food advisories. Another way that you can reduce your exposure to toxic substances would be avoiding cigarette smoke, as cigarette smoke is made up of hundreds of chemicals that are toxic, and at least 70 of them are known to be carcinogenic. If you have to handle products that contain toxic substances, make sure that you are wearing the necessary protective clothing and that you follow the proper guidelines for storage and disposal.